Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Liz. Thank you for stopping by. I have a flip through for you today. I really can't call it so much as an unboxing because it is opened, although I really haven't looked at it. I put it in order and that was it. I got this on a thrift store buy, and it is a tarot. It is the Wildwood Tarot by John Matthews and Mark Ryan. And the illustrations are by Will Worthington. It says here, wherein wisdom resides. Now, I know with John Matthews, his stuff is very naturalistic, druidic, you know, that kind of thing. So this is definitely one of those. It's kind of like odd looking, but it's cool, you know. Says here, the Wildwood Tarot will take you on a mystical journey for answers. Look to the heart of a primeval forest where deep ancestral wisdom lies to help make sense of your world today. A beautifully illustrated card deck, the Wildwood Tarot is fun to use as a meditation system, a divinatory oracle, or a source of profound knowledge. The cards draw inspiration from pre-Celtic mythology and a belief system steeped in shamanic mysteries. It's easy to quickly access the magical lore of the Wildwood through descriptions of each card, revealing its historical and mythological background, as well as its divinatory meaning, from the Green Man and Woman to the Hooded Man and Blasted Oak. Authors Mark Ryan and John Matthews introduce forest archetypes based in the seasonal rhythms and festivals of the ancient year. Step back in time to better understand where your life's path may lead. Included is 78 full color cards with a 160-page book, and it is put out by Sterling Ethos. I'm pretty sure it's still available. I think I've seen it on Amazon recently. I'm pretty sure. And if you can't, you could probably get it at a used, what's that one store I've gotten before? It's a Popular Used Books. It's not Aid Books, although I bought books there before. There's another one that I buy books at. Anyway, I opened it up. It comes with this plastic thing here for the cards. It comes in 2 packages, which I generally don't like that, but okay, whatever. And it's just a typical box, okay? So I already took it out. And here are the cards. That's the back. All right. I don't know how this lighting is going to work, but we'll see. It's winter here, and you know how it goes. This is the book that comes with it. It's quite a thick book. And of course, this right here would be what, the Hermit? Yeah, I'm guessing the Hermit. Although the names of the cards changed, so who knows if they even have the Hermit. So let's see what we got. I haven't even looked at the book. Yeah, see, the cards are all different. Major Arcana. And then the Minor Arcana, the trump cards have all been changed too, or the what do you call them? The suits. So, all right, they've all been changed. Let's see. I think it's arrows, bows. What was it? Arrows, bows, vessels, and stones. That's what it is. This tells you about the ancients. Is it ancient stones? Oh, Return to the Green Man. It's like a preface of the book. Oh my god, I keep dropping stuff lately. There's something wrong with me. I don't know. More information, and then it goes to the cards. So each card has, you know, its pages. And this looks like 2 pages per. Yeah. And then the other ones, each card has 1 page. So the Major Arcana, the Minor Arcana are a little bit different as far as the amount of space they take because they're different. Let's see, there has to be some spreads in the back. Yep, there's some spreads for you. Oh, this is a different one. What is that? This is cool. The World Tree spread. That's neat. Ooh, I like that one. I actually might learn that one. That one is pretty cool. I like that. Different. And then it looks like there's an example here. A walk through the wild woods. So there's a lot of information on here. You know, you can write, there's notes and everything. Cool. And it looks like there's is this an index or bibliography, future reading, a lot of books they've done and stuff. Okay. Okay. So that it is fully reversible. I mean, the cards themselves are decent quality. It's a thick, decent sized thick deck. They feel like they feel very smooth, like they're going to easily shuffle. I don't think this deck was used much, if at all, you know. So it has this one card on top. Although this card here feels thicker for some weird reason. It's just got a weird coating. Maybe that's what it is. It feels weird. Okay. All right, so let's get to it. So it's all going to be different, and I may not remember exactly which ones, like, I may not remember which one, like, I know this is the full, but some of them I may not remember because I'm tired, and sometimes my brain just doesn't work. So, so 0, the Wanderer, which would be the Fool. Do like the artwork. The artwork's really nice. The Shaman, that would be the Magician, so number 1. Number 2, oh, I like this. So number 2 is usually the High Priestess, and we have the Seer. 3, oh, beautiful. The Green Woman, and that's usually the Empress. 4 is usually the Emperor. We got the Green Man. 5 is the Ancestor, so I think 5 is the Hierophant. I think so. At least we have the Lovers. 6, the Forest Lovers. Look how pretty that is. I love it. 7, the Archer. Is 7 the Chariot? It might be. I can't remember. I think so. You got two dogs here. 8, the Stag. I think 8 is usually Strength, right? 9, the Hooded Man, and that is the Hermit. These are beautiful. I love the cards. The Wheel. Okay, so the Wheel is the Wheel of Fortune. Number 10. 11 usually is Justice. This one is the Woodward, which is kind of weird because what's a Woodward? Let's hold that one back. 12, I think, is the Hangman, right? Am I wrong? I think it is. The Mirror. 13, the Journey. And 13 is usually Death, so it's very different. 14, Balance, so which would usually be Temperance. So I actually like that it's Balance better than Temperance. 15 is usually the Devil. Here it's the Guardian. So I know it's very different from the typical Rider-Waite, because the Rider-Waite has a lot of Christian iconography and Christian themes through it. This is clearly a pagan deck, you know, and that's okay. I don't have a problem with that. I like the pagan stuff. The Blasted Oak, which is usually the Tower, and it's very, I mean, you can clearly look at that. If you know tarot, you're going to know that's the Tower. 17, the Pole Star, so that's the star. It's beautiful. The artwork is really beautiful. 18, the Moon on Water, which is the moon. 19, the Sun of Life, which is the sun, so it's still the sun. 20, the Great Bear, which is so beautiful. I love that, and that would be Judgment. 21 is the World Tree, which would be the World. Okay, so now we go into... hold on. Oh, wait a minute. Now it's in the wrong place. Let's see. Here's the Vessels. Vessels is the Cups. I must have stuck it in the wrong place because I'm not paying attention. All right, so bows. Bows would be wands or staffs. Is there anything else they call it? I forget. Spark of Life. So I like that they have a little description here. I do like that. 2 of Bows. So this is the Ace of Bows, the one I just put down. 2 of Bows, Decision. He looks wild, man. Wow. Wouldn't want to meet him in a dark alley. I mean, wow. 3 of Bows, Fulfillment. I don't see 3 of Wands as Fulfillment. That's still, you're still kind of in the waiting period there. But, okay, maybe you're just about to be fulfilled. 4 of Bows, Celebration. Look how cool that is. They're having a party. 5 of Bows, Empowerment. And 5 of Bows, usually it's not about empowerment, but it's usually about people beating each other over the head. It's usually frustrations and aggravation. 6 of Bows, Abundance. 7 of Bows, Clearance. 8 of Bows, Hearthfire. So it's very, very different from the typical Rider-Waite, you know. Nine of Bows, respect. He's quite scary. I don't know. So nine of Wands typically is, you know, you've been through some really rough time and you're at the point where you're just, you've had it rough and you're like, you've had enough. You're at the point where you've literally had enough and you're very, protective of yourself. You know, I don't know. This person looks kind of aggressive to me. All right. And 10 of Bows, responsibility. All right. Page of Bows, Stoats. So this is animals, it looks like. Yep. So this is one of those decks. This is not a beginner deck. It is not, in my opinion. Always start with the Rider-Waite because most of them are based on Rider-Waite. And then you can branch out into these other ones. But I love the little Stoat. It's so cute. I do not know how that corresponds to the Page of Wands, because I know nothing about Stoats. So we'll see if I can read up on it. Knight of Bows, Fox. Yeah, I guess, because foxes can be a little bit mischievous. They can be reckless. They can be a lot of fun, too. Queen of Bows, Hare. See, I would think the Queen, if they're going to do animals, the Hare would have been the Queen of Pentacles or the Queen of Stones. But what do I know? King of Bows, Adder. I don't like that many snakes together. I don't mind one, but a bunch of them together is just gross. Ace of Vessels, so this is cups. The Waters of Life, look how beautiful. The artwork is really pretty. I do like it. Two of Vessels, Attraction. So it's very much like the Lover's card. I'm not a huge fan of the head, the horse's head on her and the elk's head or whatever on him. I'm not a huge fan of that. It's kind of creepy to me, but Three of Vessels, Joy. What are those? Herons? Four of Vessels, Boredom. Yeah, I can see that. Five of Vessels, Ecstasy. I love that. Six of Vessels, Reunion. Seven of Vessels, Mourning. Usually that's, wait a minute. Five of Vessels is usually, Five of Cups is usually mourning. Five of anything is not, usually the fives are like not the best cards, so that's kind of weird. Let's see, 5, 6, where's 4? Four of Cups is Boredom. Five of Cups is usually mourning to me, right? I think it's a 5, yeah. Okay, so with this, you're going to have to go by that, you know, or look at her. She's having fun. She's not mourning anything. Six of Cups, Reunion. So Six of Cups usually is about a lot about nostalgia, childhood friendships, different things like memories. So I guess so. Seven of Vessels, Mourning, Satan. I don't see that. I'd see that as Five of Vessels. Eight of Vessels, Rebirth. Okay, still not my typical thing, but I do love the artwork. It's beautiful. Nine of Vessels, Generosity. And 10 of Vessels, Happiness. It's like some of them do go with the typical meanings and some of them really don't at all. Like that Seven of Vessels. No, Seven of Cups is not about mourning. Seven of Cups is usually about choices. You have a lot of choices. Some of them good, some of them not so good. Page of Vessels, Otter. Look how cute. Queen of Vessels, Salmon. Wait a minute. Where's the Knight? Okay, I've got it backwards. So Knight of Vessels, Eel. Thought I put them in order. I guess not. Queen of Vessels, Salmon. And the King of Vessels, Heron. So it was herons that I saw, I'm pretty sure. And arrows. So arrows would be swords. Ace of arrows, the Breath of Life. Okay, so let me see something here. So, Spark of Life is Ace of Bows. Waters of Life is the Ace of Vessels. And the Breath of Life is the Ace of Arrows. And what is, let's see what the other one is. Stones, Foundation of Life. Okay, so they all have that in common. They're all something of life. And it makes sense, and they all correspond to their attributed, what do you call it? Like you got earth, air, fire, water, the elements. And this one is an air, arrows are air. So 2 of arrows, injustice. 3 of arrows, jealousy. 4 of arrows, rest. That looks more like the 10 of swords. Okay, 5 of arrows, frustration. 6 of arrows, transition. 7 of arrows, insecurity. Which that's usually not. I don't see 7 of arrows that way at all. This also reminds me of the 10 of arrows. 7 of arrows usually is about deceit. Most of the time. 8 of arrows, struggle. This looks very much like the 5 of coins. That would, if I saw that card without knowing it's arrows, I would think 5 of coins. Okay, 9 of arrows, dedication. Which, that's not what it's usually. 9 of arrows is usually about anxiety and, or 9 of swords, usually about anxiety and stuff. Sometimes sometimes I don't understand why somebody takes a closed system like the tarot and decide to put a completely new spin on it when you can do that with an oracle deck easily. You know, and honestly, it's just confusing. I love the artwork. I'm not sure about, you should have just left it open-ended. Left that out and it would have been fine. 10 of arrows. That doesn't look anything like the typical 10 of swords at all. That, if anything, I saw this and I saw it as a 10, I would see this more as 10 of coins or 10 of pentacles because it's a father or a grandfather with a child. So if it was going to allude to anything, that's the one it would allude to me, for me. So Page of Arrows, Wren. Knight of Arrows, Hawk. I love it. So they're all, like some are water, like these are all air, so they're going to be air creatures like birds and stuff. And I'm assuming all the other ones, no, because you have, this was the Stoat, which was bows. Forget what I said. This one's all air because it's birds, but I guess there's no real rhyme or reason. Queen of Arrows, Swan. Look how beautiful. I do like, the artwork is really beautiful. King of Arrows, Kingfisher. Ace of Stones, the Foundation of Life. 2 of Stones, Challenge. I don't usually see it that way, but okay. 3 of Stones, Creativity. Okay, that's fine. I don't see how that works in with creativity. Still a beautiful, beautiful painting. Gorgeous. Oh, I love this one. 4 of Stones, Protection. If you're hearing that banging, my husband's up in the attic making noise. 5 of Stones, Endurance. Okay, so I guess, I mean, you got lightning back there. She's living in a little cave by herself. 6 of Stones, Exploitation. Oh, she knows I'm doing a video. 7 of Stones, Healing. 8 of Stones, Skill. 9 of Stones, Tradition. You know what? I'm so distracted by my husband that I'm not even looking at these. So 7 of Stones, Healing, 7. Okay, this one definitely is very much Rider-Waite. 7 of Stones. I don't see that as a healing card. Well, yeah, not really healing. Let's see, 6. See, this is the second time I've seen this. It says exploitation. I don't see the 6 as exploitation. To me, it's charity. It's about helping people out. I don't know. I don't see that. I don't know why people see it that way. I don't. Tradition, and that's not the traditional, unless it's upside down, that's not the traditional interpretation of it. And here we go, tradition. 9 of Stones, tradition. And 10 of Stones, home, which I do like. Okay. Oh, I love this. Links. Page of Stones. King of Stones, horse. Queen of Stones, bear. And the King of Stones, wolf. Beautiful. The artwork is gorgeous. I'm confused as far as some of the interpretation on the cards. But I'm not the deck creator, and I'm not knocking it. I think the deck is beautiful. I think people can use this deck and learn from it. I just don't see it as a good starter deck at all. You know, but it is a cool deck. All right, let's see. We're going to do 13. Death. The Journey. I tend to pick Death and the Devil a lot, don't I? All right. Position of the wheel. The Journey is placed at Samhain, which falls on the 1st of November. I thought it was the 31st of October. All right. All Hallows or Halloween. It is associated with the waning moon and the elements of water and earth. It is the time of the dead. Description. The solitary, let's see, can I put that here? The solitary horned skull of a reindeer lies in the forest, picked clean to the bone by a circling flock of ravens. The tattered remains of fur and flesh cling to the bright bone, and here and there traces of the living blood of life reminds us that all flesh returns to the earth from whence it came. Once one great raven sits beside it, the flesh of the reindeer in its beak. As both guardian and guide, its unblinking eye is all-seeing and unafraid. In many traditions, the raven is a guardian of the spirits of the dead. At the Tower of London, ravens once guarded the head of Bran the Blessed, buried on the White Mountain to keep Britain's enemies at bay. So too the raven watched over the souls of those who fall in battle. Watches over the souls who fall in battle. Plus, they eat the flesh. They're not doing, honestly, ravens are opportunistic. they're doing it because they want food. Meaning, many misinterpretations of this card have been made over the years in an attempt to avoid dealing with the essence and inevitability of death. On one level, death does translate to a simple expression of change, but however profound, extreme and cleansing the change may be, that reading simply does not deal with the core experience and meaning of this card. Much taboo and fear surrounds death, particularly in the West, mainly instilled by the Christian Church's use of concepts such as eternal damnation, judgment, and repentance. Faint echoes of the celebration of life successfully reaching the end of its journey are still found. However, in the concept of the wake, where people drink and sing in joyous revelry at the passing of a friend or a loved one. Once the dead were not feared. They were seen as guardians, holy ancestors, and holders of wisdom. Burial chambers were built with loving precision to align with the rising sun, and clans were buried together in sacred places that remained holy for thousands of years. Death was part of life, part of the cycle of nature. Like the sun itself, many plants and animals died in the winter but were reborn in the spring. The sense of loss was tempered with the joy of release and the promise of regeneration. Death acts as a reminder to us of the transient nature of life. Every moment is precious and every living thing sacred. As a metaphor for cyclic change, a journey is a required experience on the passage through the wheel. It may mean the death of old ideas or concepts that have outlived their usefulness. It may be that it's time to strip to the bare bone the essentials of your nature so that fears and neuroses can be faced and cleansed. There may be some laying to rest with love and joy of a long-dead relationship or an old bitter grievance. But the journey is not to be feared. It is an inevitable and natural part of life to be celebrated and accepted. Well, I don't know about celebrated. Death is hard. You know, they're saying that once the dead were not feared. That's not true. People have always feared the dead because they're feared of retribution, they're fear of ghosts. I mean, that is an innate fear. When they say, oh, back in the day, people weren't afraid. That is not true. That is not true. Even ancient cultures feared their dead. That's why they did what they did. That's why they had these elaborate burials. They wanted to make sure that the dead were placated. So right there, I do take issue with that because I don't believe that's true. Reading points. It is time to face the inevitable, to let the bones be laid bare and acknowledge the deepest aspects of your fears and desires. Do not fear change, because this is also a time of purification and realignment. This change may seem extreme and destructive, but old crops must be cleared for new growth to thrive, and static or sterile modes and concepts must perish. A celebration of the past or an acknowledgement of the passing of one or part of life may be required. Let the threads of the old slip from your fingers. Let the threads of the old slip from your fingers with joy, remembrance, and enter this time of withdrawal and renewal with patience and calm. It says here, root and branches. The leap of the dark, the funeral of illusion, Wayland Smith, the dance of death, the washer of the ford, and the dark mother, defleshing the corpse, purification by fire. Now, I don't know what that means. They all have that, roots and branches. Okay, I don't know if that's books, if that's part of the meaning. I don't know, and it's probably, I'm sure it's explained somewhere in the book, but I don't have time for that. All right, so I do like the write-up. I think for the most part it's good, but this whole thing that, you know, oh, people weren't afraid of the dead, that is not true. People have always been afraid of death. I don't care what anybody says. How can you not be? How can you not be? How can you not be afraid of death? Like when your loved one is taken away from you, when you yourself have to face that. It is a fearful time, you know? That's just human instinct and human nature. Even animals don't want to die, you know? All right, so 11, the wood word, which is justice, I think, which is weird. Now, it's not, okay, so these are all going in the positions of the wheel of the year, because this one is Lammas. Yeah, okay, let's see. I'll read it real quick, because let's see. It's so different from what I was expecting. Position of the wheel. The woodward stands at Lammas, 1st of August, which falls as the summer wanes between the elements of fire and water. He is associated with the full moon, where bows become vessels. Description. A human hunter wearing a mountain lion mask holds a blooded spear in one hand and a cup of giving intoxication and compassion in the other. From the crossbar of the spear shaft hangs an ivory statuette of the oldest anthropomorphic figure found in Europe. A lion-headed human thought to be 30,000 years old. A lynx. Where is that? What's he talking about? Oh, you see it right there? It's on the staff. Okay, it's like, come on, focus. It's on the staff right there. All right. A lynx sits at the figure side and an eagle swoops over his right shoulder. In the background, Salisbury Hill symbolizes the harvest aligned to the sunrise at Lammas. The summer sun rises behind the woodward, its rays painting the world gold, meaning the classical tower image of strength. Oh, strength? Oh, they must have switched it from strength to, because I know some people they'll switch 8 and 11, which is strength and justice. So that's what, okay. All right. Maybe that makes more sense now. The classical image of strength is a beautiful, mature woman controlling or holding a lion. The inherent balance of this image shows the calm beauty of patience and love, countering the unbridled emotions of anger and hate. The woodward, an ancient guardian of the wild wood, symbolizes the inner power that comes from facing fear and understanding the nature of darkness. The inner strength that comes from this awareness gives the individual the emotional body language and the humility that says, I'm not a victim. Treat me with respect. Do not mistake my passivity for weakness. Within the Wildwood Tarot, the woodward is a hunter whose prey is solutions to moments of crisis. He acts as an emotional backdrop when fate or the destructive energy of a situation faces us with seemingly irrational or overwhelming disaster. When the individual is removed from a place of seeming security, they are stripped of the emotional baggage that holds them in a state of limbo. During the stripping away of illusory power, individuals find within themselves their true inner strength. A person who has learned from the experience of the journey around the wheel of the year gains vital wisdom about the nature of patience and resolution. However, neither of these qualities is enough on its own to give the spiritual hunter's courage to forage in the wilderness again. A certain fierceness is needed. The hunter must be as strong or cunning as the creature they are tracking, and as dedicated to their goal as the lioness is to protecting and feeding her cubs. This is not mindless, irrational aggression, but the tempered stoicism of a cool and resolute passion. The strength of the woodward is both balance and a dichotomy between energy and the hunter or the guardian. The grounded inspiration found within the ecstasy of drumming and war dancing. These energies honor the qualities that provide protection and inspiration. Reading points. Through adversity or the process of rebalancing in life, we find courage within ourselves that flows from an unknown source. Sometimes that courage has to do with facing unavoidable truths or dealing with a person or problem that no amount of physical confrontation or emotional bravery will resolve. The woodward strength, drawn from nature's inherent power to renew and overcome, is needed if we are to foresee what is to come and wait upon the turning of the seasons. Sometimes, when faced with a challenging situation, we must find our own inner backdrop, the point from which we will not retreat or from which we can move forward with quiet confidence. The wildwood ethos has much to teach humanity about calm, resolute strength. Roots and branches, Lunasa, Lu and Lug, guardian of the sacred spear, also known as many skills. Durga, blessed compassion, the noble instinct of protection. Mercy, maturity of the will and emotional direction. Sekhmet and Freya. So I don't know what that's about. Maybe it's what's connected to that particular card. I don't know. All right, and so the next one, which should be quick, bows. Page of bows. Page of bows. Arrows. Bows. Here we go. They have it in the front. They have the court cards in the front. Okay. Wait a minute. What's the page? Queen. Oh. Oh, there, right there. Position of the wheel, moving away from midsummer towards Lammas, meaning with a fierce hunting instinct and its ability to live underground, combined with the changing color of its fur from white to red and its back tail, the three sacred colors of the ancient world, the stoat has strong mystical links to the sovereignty of the land. Reading points. Often you are seen as an emissary, and as such, your gifts are wildly recognized and honored. Your ability to perceive the truth is in almost any matter is vastly helpful, and your freedom of spirit marks you out as an original and unique personality. Okay, I don't see that as a bows thing. That's usually more a king or a queen aspect too. I mean, the page of bows or the page of staffs or wands is, they're children. They're not, adults. They're not fully developed. So generally they're the errand people. They go and do errands, like with the page of bows or page of, page of wands. My brain's starting to get fried. Generally they're bringing a message, they're bringing a new idea, stuff like that. So it's kind of, it's a little bit more than I would give it. Okay. As a person in your life, a charming and adventurous individual who may act as an ambassador. Well, an ambassador maybe. She can sometimes be overzealous. As a stranger who moves through your life, she may act as a catalyst for change. As a friend, she can be a go-between who represents your interests. She can also be hasty and gullible. As an aspect of process, working her way up the ladder, learning to engage with life, devotion to an interest or hobby, being indiscriminate and jumping into the thick of things. I like that. This is good. As an event happening, unexpected news, help from out of the blue, an opportunity to shine, a dream or vision, strange, unsettling news. Questions. Who is offering you an opportunity? What is the advantage of staying where you are? How would things change if you engage with this? Tracks and pathways. Secrecy and anonymity, oh my God, extraordinariness, a prodigy, strange tidings, a free spirit, dreams, a vision, the appearance of a stranger. Okay, so that is extra meanings there. I do like this part. The reading point, yeah, I don't agree with that too much. So yeah. And let's just do like a quick, what was the one that I was like, that doesn't even make sense to me. Was it the vessels? 5 of vessels. Okay, we'll do 5 of vessels because that 5 of cups generally is not ecstasy or anything for that matter. It's not a joyful card. Description. A female figure dances ecstatically against the starry sky within a pentacle. Oh my God, is that spelled wrong? Angle? Right there? That's not a pentangle, that's a pentacle. Drawn in the earth. In one hand is a thyrsus. Okay, I need a drink. Hang on. Sorry, I gotta dry throat all of a sudden. In one hand is a thyrsus, and the other is a leather-headed rattle on which is a stylized face. A necklace of animal teeth swing from her neck. At the points of the pentacles are 5 vessels, each one giving forth light as though it held a burning candle. Meaning, the beat of a universal drum is heard in the soul, and it is healthy to surrender for a time and to join in the dance. Energy is renewed by bathing in the cosmic life force of exultant and sincere ecstasy. Reading points. Many avenues are open to the wanderer to commune intimately and ecstatically with great beauty, or to be intoxicated by an intensely personal connection with the divine. Music, meditation, art, love, dancing, or profound sexual experience can inspire and induce a sacred trance of enlightening ecstasy. This powerful and euphoric awareness is utterly natural and well-established aspect of shamanic traditions. States of ecstasy trance can sometimes be triggered by extreme physical exertion or the quintessence of the superficial consciousness, so as to gain access to a deeper and more profound comprehension of everything. Sadly, the concept of spiritual ecstasy has been damaged by the common use of drugs that imitate for a short time the endorphin rush of an authentic and natural ecstasy. The ecstatic trance has been described as a delightful possession or a mysterious union with a timeless exuberance. The fusing of the spiritual being with a profound and loving universal mind elevates the soul to the space between spaces, where poetry breathes through you, and exaltation and stillness effortlessly coexists. Okay, it's still not my idea of 5 of cups, but I do like the write-up for something else. You know what? This is a kind of deck that more than likely I'm going to use more like an oracle deck to just use it as a confirmation. I wouldn't be using this deck alone. I very rarely use decks alone anyway, but I would not be using this deck alone. I would definitely be using this more as a oracle type deck for me. For other people, they may love it, they may do it, use it just fine, which is perfect, no problem. But for me, I can't see it being used that easily as a tarot deck. But anyway, they are beautiful cards. I'll just put this together. You don't need to see the box. They are beautiful cards. I think it's a beautiful deck. It's just too different, in my opinion, for it to be, especially a first-time deck. As a collector's deck, it's great. As a deck, you can learn a little bit more about the shamanistic stuff. It's great. As a deck to go along with other decks, it's great. As a deck, as an oracle type deck, it's great. But for me, my own personal opinion, as a tarot, I don't think it's going to work that great as a tarot for me. But I like the artwork. The artwork is magnificent, and I would use it, like I said, as an oracle deck more than anything else. All right, you guys, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day wherever you are. Take good care of yourselves. Blessings, and thank you.